Howdy folks, my name is Ipaintcreatures and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome on in. Today's video, I'm showing you a bunch of commissions that I've done and a bunch of live art that I do live on twitch.tv, Ipaintcreatures. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how doing art and making art to connect socially brings me much richer experiences in my social life. And on twitch.tv I get to meet all kinds of people I've never met before from all the way across the world, and they come into my stream and I get to know them through my art. First I do a thing called the Creaturepedia. I'll put a link if you don't know what that is, and I create creatures for them and I ask them more intimate questions than you usually would when you first meet someone, especially over the internet where you don't get to meet them physically. And so what I'm doing right now here is I'm making a card for a gentleman who watches these videos across the pond over there in Norway. I'm in California's Norway, and I've got to know this gentleman real well. He's an artist, he's a musician, he's an incredible intellectual, philosopher, poet. And by doing that, I got to know him a little bit better because I got to know his interest and what he believes in, and take us into a kind of a fantastical world. And that was an example of like painting from my imagination to connect, right? And here I'm using my iPad Pro. It's the original iPad Pro with the original pencil. And I started doing these things on my stream where longtime supporters, I would do them caricatures, right? And I used the iPad on this, and I'm using Procreate, and I just basically get a reference picture of them and then find a little bit of their interest. And this is another artist from up there in Ontario, Canada, and he's really into portraying Gumby, and so I drew Gumby with him and his picture. And most of all, you know, it gets me in a much richer dialogue with them, even across the net in these times of the pandemic, and really gets me to know these people. And right here, I'm making pictures of a lot of my Patreons and people who come in and support me, you know, from patreon.com to just being an overall Patreon. And right there I was doing, I think, two sisters of a person who supports me a lot and is probably watching the video today. Hi, Riri. And it just allows me to, really give my talents, and also keeps me present in the sense of really exercising my craft and my skill of drawing and painting and illustrating and basically making fun creatures and cartoons for people. And it's amazing the dialogues we get in, even when I'm doing this live, and it connects with me. And then it, covers that area of like remembering their name and remembering, what they like and their temperaments. And so if I ever interact with them and they're down and out a little bit, I kind of have more sensibility to, more richness of the social connection. And right here I'm doing someone's dog, so that's another thing I do. And it's wonderful to do someone's dog because, pets are such a big part of people's lives. It's such a great way to connect with them. Here I'm doing a toddler who I learned a lot about, loves spaghetti and spills it all over the place. And then I'm doing the father right here. So it's just and it's an ancient way of communicating I think we've lost, because the information is just flying at light speed across the internet, and we consume so much information that we kind of get numb, to the things that really affect us. And here I'm doing a patron who supported me for a long time, and it was a really cool illustration to do because, they're mates, they're significant others in their lives. I never really get to meet them. So in that picture, I got a picture sent of his wife, and I got to illustrate that. And then once again, here's the last one, which is basically I've had this supporter for a long time. I didn't even know what he looked like, so it was incredible to basically get these pictures And overall, once again, I made a video about this before. It moves me into the performance realm, which, perform means, sound into form. Per means sound and form, right? And so it allows us to put these little interactions so we get past the small talk and we really connect. And this last one I'm doing is a supporter that's been there ever since I started my stream. He subs, he constantly does art with me, and he's over there in Iceland, which I know nothing about, but I learned a lot through it. So thanks again for watching the videos. Hit the bell, the subscribe, all that good stuff for more of my artistic journey. Thanks again. IPC out.